Hello. Good to see you.
All right there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, where today we are going to talk about a little bit of, as you can see, the randomizers running. Talk about a little bit about subverting expectations. There is...
Bothering you?
Nope, there is a halberd here in the game called the Black Halberd. And if you pair it up correctly in such a way, you can actually start to dominate the battlefield quite significantly and quite simply. As you'll notice here, we have a 1269 light value, which means half of that is going to our damage value. This Grimer here is following some kind of track. And then paired up with the 20% from Halberd Mastery and the 20% from Quick Mobility here. And as you can see, we're right at the weight limit, about 10% under the weight limit there almost. And we will be invincible almost because of the double Foul Blood Barrier because of Yakumo coming along with us here as well. So this should be pretty fun to be able to play a quick set of halberd attacks while at the same time having some pretty devastating damage attached along for the ride here for very little investment to our Ichor costs, which is going to be very important as we make our way through here. So we do have the double enemies active here, and so there are two enemies replacing every single enemy in the game. We're going to be fighting two of them. As you can see here, we got double Booba and we got double Grimer, so very nice. And as you can see there, we hit one of them, and it made for a very interesting kind of engagement here. And these poor attendants, even though they are very, very resistant, everybody is just going to get slaughtered here for good reason. And because we are in very, 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 very tight spaces here, everybody will, like these guys, everybody will be in such a way that we shouldn't really have any concerns about, you know, having too much happening in one certain area, except when the invasions drop in. Okay. Oh, and we did have the upper hand until that invasion started right on top of us. That was pretty awful for that to happen all at the same time right there in one spot, to have multiple enemies drop in right on top of us. So as you can see, if we can see the enemy ahead of time like this, whoops, we are able to actually do pretty well here. But we do have to make sure that you know, all these guys are taken care of before we get to the engagement. If they drop in right on top of us at any point in time, just like they did there, then we are going to have some serious problems. Otherwise, oh, and this guy's, so as you can see, we can see the enemy. Oh boy. And ouch. And because we can see the enemy ahead of time, we should be fine. Oh man, but because we're getting dropped in on at the last second here by a ton of enemies, everybody's just getting slaughtered because the invasion is happening behind us. So as it drops in, we are getting attacked from behind, and that is when this all goes downhill, because through the corridor here we have a very, very good awareness and ability to engage the enemies. But here, when we get to this point of not being able to see the enemy drop in on us, then we are in a very, very bad way. But as you can see, the amount of... See, they're coming in from behind us again for some reason. And so we'll just have to take care of these guys wherever they're coming from. You can see all these guys dropping out of the woodwork here from somewhere. They're literally just surprising us from the back here, and there's nothing that we can really do about it.
Not a lot of freedom here.
But this build and this setup, so there's no enemies here, so that means there should be 2 of them. Yep, so I was gonna say there should be like some kind of invasion here. So hopefully there's more of them. Okay, we gotta get out of here. Okay. And there should maybe be more enemies, or no? Was that it? Oh, yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. 3 of them, huh? Oh boy. Ouch. Okay, I think we've lost a few people here, because these enemies are no joke. And that is really unfortunate. Oh man, they caught us. Okay.
This is a dangerous place to fight.
And that's how certain really awful things can end. Oh man, there's a good grief. We just need to get through here. Like, absolutely awful. Okay. And we are getting some of the worst enemy combos possible. Okay. Good grief. What an awful engagement set here in this tight little corridor. I think we've lost Eva, actually. Even though she's still talking, I believe she did die. Oh my goodness. More invasions? Alright, we're just running. Because we're just gonna stay here all day, fighting in this little corridor. Holy moly, look at all these guys. We got hunters in black, we got all kinds of everybody. Oh my goodness. There are so many enemies. This is an awful place normally. And now it's just even that much worse. Because of how many enemies there are. Oh my goodness, look at that crowd. Look at the crowd. Okay. We're gonna grab the tungsten. And there's too many enemies, and everybody's glitching. You can see them all glitching everywhere. So we're just gonna make a run for it as fast as we can. Oh, okay. To the ladder. Okay. Great. And then to the missile. Okay, and hopefully we reset all this madness here. Absolute madness. Okay, is everybody here and gone? Looks like everybody's... Louis and Yakumo, it looks like. They decided to take an adventure there on their own. Okay, everybody's back, and the randomizer's set back. Holy cow. I don't know if we could actually... do all of that. As good as this build is, and the effort that it takes to actually wield it, this entire set of enemies here is just an incredible amount of huge, massive, damaging enemies. Ouch. Okay, let's hop on down and go for these guys. Okay, nobody's dead, right? Okay, good. We actually have everybody alive and well. And as you can see, I mean, if we do have our gifts going and everything, and all the enemies are underway, there is no way for them to actually dominate us. It's just in the sheer amount of enemies that we have the issues with here. Oops. Okay, good. And who's here? Okay, that enemy should die pretty quickly. There was another one stuck in the wall here, it looks like. Let's see if we can... nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that enemy is like completely out of bounds. So there's gonna be no way that we can actually get to them. And we're definitely not gonna go through Monkey Town below because every one of those enemies turns into something. Actually, they might have all fallen off, but look at that crowd down there. Let's go through that battlefield down there, and there are shotgunners down there, so that is going to be equally impressive to see if we can actually get through there. Now let's head around this way because there are a few. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that is an interesting bunch here. Why can't I get a backstab here? Somehow I got the parry right on. Okay, we got a hunter in black here. Okay, very good. I am indeed the carrier of the blood. Oh, that guy just dropped off the edge. How nice. That guy might fall off the edge. Okay. And then we got a couple of shield boys. Ouch. And there's our one invincibility hit that we get to take advantage of because of what we have running here. Okay. Okay, not too bad there. And you can see that because of the sheer amount of damage that we're able to put out, we can dispatch some of these enemies very, very, very quickly when we are given ample opportunity and positioning on the enemy. And look at that, 15,000 damage, just like that. Excellent. And we'll go for a backstab here and get some I-Core back, which will be very, very nice. Okay, so the expectations that we should be able to like just breeze through here in a very easy amount of time is kind of not really possible, just because of the sheer amount of enemies that are existing and are present at each individual engagement that we're going up against. So even though we do have a pretty enjoyable build here overall, the reality is that because of how many enemies, because we are on 2 of the multiple limit here, and so we're not able to actually survive each of those encounters, because in a lot of those places there's like 10 enemies, so that's doubled to like 20. And so what that means is that we're not able to actually survive any of those engagements, just because of the fact that you know, you're getting overwhelmed by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 enemies all at one time. Okay, so now when we finish this cutscene, we'll watch a little bit of it, and you'll notice that EO starts to show up a little bit here towards the end. So for the grand finale, I do have an idea for that, but for right now, let's see how bad we can bully this boy. Okay, and we should try and load up here on I-Core as much as we can. And he should, yeah. Okay, there was our free hit. So let's get double foul blood barrier going again. And that's the Queen's Knight Reborn. A very fun fight, actually, because of how he can still get some hits in through it all, but because of his stagger point, it makes it a fairly simple and straightforward fight. So see, here's EO. So she's either been with us the whole time, or she showed up just at this point to discuss a few of these things with us.
Somehow familiar about it.
Yes. And so, see, as we start to engage here with her a little more, it's kind of meant to bring her along. She's not in very many cutscenes, but she definitely is a huge key part of the story. And as we get into the government center proper here, you'll notice that
Even now, Cruz still struggles with all her might.
yeah, you'll notice that once we get through to the capital government center here, what we will start to notice is that she will be kind of almost key in getting rid of or at least filling in the story parts with the other attendants that are here in the government center, and at the same time talking about the frenzied attendant as well, and then going into the position at the end where there are many attendants that are dying in a sense. They're being threatened with dispersal. And so we're going to bring Io along here at the end for the finale as we look at those textures loading in. I've never seen that before. I guess the randomizer is putting too many enemies. Now this last part is going to be absolutely brutal because there are many enemies, and when that amount of enemies is present, it becomes exceptionally painful here in the end of it all. And that's why we're gonna have to and well, I guess that's the end. But it's interesting that at the end of the government center here, we will have this massive finale. So anyways, I guess Unreal Engine just didn't want me to finish out properly, but that's where we'll be ending for today. And tomorrow we will be starting up the government center proper, and it will be an incredible fight to the finish, and we will have everyone along, and maybe even possibly some more. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for watching, and have a great rest of the day.